I told you. I didn't fuck up. Everything's fine.
Of course. Come on, Phil.
It was great. So
You're the man.
I think it was this one.
This one. You.
Yeah.
You.
You.
We want you. We want you. We want you. We want you. We want you. We want you. We. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I
Phil.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you for fighting for the drum world and from the drum community and
Always fighting.
for bringing out all our crazy life.
Has to be.
It's a lot of fun, guys. Let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. Hello, hello. We're here in Dresden at the Drum and Bass Festival 2018, having a great time. I mean, it's what time is now? It's 9:25. I play at 2 p.m., but then I've been hanging out with Aaron Spears and Pete Lockett, and Poogie Bell is just about to play. So it's been as always, you know, the great camaraderie and fun and good times that the drumming community brings. And then we have this very special person named Phil that is right there behind these cameras that struggles to do all of this and to get you guys all our insights and all the, you know, everything related to drumming, to the life of a drummer, to our passion in total, I mean, in general.
I know exactly what you mean.
Now I have my drink.
Because I was.
We keep going.
Have your coffee, sir.
Yeah,
Have your Cuban coffee.
Exactly.
Okay, man. This show is about love. Since almost 6 years, I travel through Germany and Europe, and I do these, demanding recordings just because I love drumming and I love music and I love film, and so this is a passion project, obviously. Right. So what do you do because of your love for music? What have you done? What is your
Oh, I think that as I told you before, actually, I think that the most important thing that I have done for my passion is to realize that I'm a drummer, that I'm not a sound engineer or a filmmaker which I tried once too, you know, and it's like, I mean, it's certainly passion for the arts, for every kind of art form, but at a certain point, it's too much. It's too much, and certainly my passion for the drums and for rhythm and for the unknown in rhythm idiom or language, if we can say, is so big. I mean, my passion for that is so big that I don't know. I'm like a reborn drummer, kind of. I wanna be the drummer again. I don't wanna be anything else. So I'm practicing and practicing and practicing and trying to take as much time as I have to practice, because you really learn then that time is precious. So you cannot waste your time. And when you have the opportunity to amplify your craft, but more than that, when you have the opportunity to feel your heart and to, you know, explore your passion, then then you have to really do it, and you do it, you know, and actually it makes you very, very happy. It's a great regard about it.
raised by a music journalist, obviously.
Have to be
Having been raised, I mean, you grew up with a father who was a radio journalist.
In a musical family, yeah.
Exactly, and your brothers play bass and probably more instruments than just that. That means that not only music itself, but also wisdom about and reflection upon music is probably a huge part of your formative years. Is that true, or?
Well, I don't know. I think, of course, drumming and the passion and the art of being inside all the rhythmic stories that are happening inside a drum and a drummer is great. I think the best experience I have taken out of all my last 30 years of making music is being the traveling. I mean, as I said in my clinic this afternoon, I was here plenty of times in my 20s, flying from Havana to East Berlin in Interflug, was the airline, and then playing a concert here in Dresden, or maybe in Berlin, of course, East, and then crossing the wall and going to play the rest of the Western world, and then returning to Cuba, crossing the wall back into East Germany and flying back on Interflug to Havana. So I mean, long, and a lot have trained since then, you know. And it's a pleasure. It's an incredible gift to have been able to be here, for example, in those two different moments. What I mean, or having been here when the wall went down, playing at the Quasimodo in West Berlin, and seeing all that craziness happening. I mean, it's been a wonderful life, but now I'm totally immersed in my passion, as I just told you before, you know, I don't know, it may be watching videos of myself, like my very first drum clinic in Istanbul, and saying, wow, I want to play like that again. I want to do that again. I want to sound like that again. And it's because, I mean, it's been 30 years of non-stop going around the world, playing with hundreds of bands, doing hundreds of records. I mean, really non-stop working, even if none of that was ever work, really, for me. I mean, it's been an amazing ride. Music can give you everything. I mean, the biggest joy of your life is when you are with your mates in amazing places and meeting amazing people and listening to amazing music, because, I mean, they're all festivals with the best musicians in the world, and what else can you ask for, you know?
Not much. Maybe, yeah. Talk to people about what you do and what you love, apart from just doing it. That's for me one very crucial part of being happy. Not just doing it, but the exchange is so important for me. Learning from the other people, having different perspectives.
Definitely. I mean, we feed from each other, like from Pete Lockett, you know, he's right there. We feed from each other constantly, you know. Some noise out there because some people are having beers and stuff.
Cheers, mate.
Nostrovia.
Nostalgia. Bristol Rovers.
I have it here like a talk show, you know.
Great.
Yeah, right.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
you're basically the guy, if I may say so, who brought the Latin percussion patterns like the clave to the mainstream.
Maybe to the mainstream. Maybe I was definitely I was the poster guy, you know. But this is a history that starts with what I said before, with us listening in Havana to a radio and not having internet back then, not having even video back then. You know, we were in our Walkmans and not knowing who was playing what in the band. So you just heard the massive sound attack of congas, timbales, bongo, clave, shekere, güiro, maracas, all of that. I mean, as a humongous percussion section for a pop band, you know. These are all the pop bands of Cuba. On Cuban music have this at least 3 or 4 percussion players. So you grew up listening to that, again, without saying who plays what, who makes the higher sound, who makes the low sound. I mean, enigmatic. And then you imitate that sound. And the very first picture of a gentleman playing a cowbell with a pedal, it goes to 1933, and he was a Cuban great percussion player, great super legend that's still alive and is in his 90s now in New York City, that his name is Candido Camero. And it's a picture of Candido in 1933 with a conga, one tumbadora, and a low boy that it was called a very small hi-hat in 1930s, and a pedal with a cowbell. And then a gentleman that is like a father to me, and actually a very good friend with my father and a family friend, is Mr. Walfredo Reyes Sr. And he was the first, probably, Cuban multi-percussionist. He was the first one that put the conga together with the drum set, timbales together with the drum set, cowbell on the floor. And then the story went from there. From then, when I was a youngster, I used to play in the Havana Hilton Hotel with Gonzalo Rubalcaba and many Cuban great musicians. And in the same hotel, on the rooftop, it was a guy playing every night too, named Joseito Castillo. And he was playing the bell with the foot, already playing the clave, also with a conga and drum set. So it was something probably that it was already in the times, you know, it was supposed to happen. It's just that really, it's an endless path. I mean, it's a very endless path. Drumming and rhythm, it's an endless path when you play only one line. Imagine playing multiple lines at the same time into the endless path. It's truly endless.
Progressive fan, and I enjoy the more energetic music like hard metal and complicated music and King Crimson stuff. So I'm used to complicated music that is very busy. not the Latin thing. Actually, this is to me like jazz. It's like a stream. It's like a river, and you have your highs and you have your lows, and it's very busy at the same time. I really can't follow it.
I mean, it's very much about the groove. You know, slow, fast, this, that, but it have to be a groove. It's kind of like funk or, yeah, the only thing is that American bands or American music or many of the Western styles of music have only one drummer or maximum one drummer and one percussion player. In Cuban music, at least in what we know as Cuban music, is at least 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, because the singers, one singer is playing the maracas, another singer is playing the clave, the other singer is playing the güiro, is a conga player, a timbale player, a bongo with the bell, a drummer. It's like a massive, you know, and it's not just a massive attack. It's like that all of the rhythms of all of those musicians is completely locked and swinging and harmonizing with the sound of the other instruments. I mean, nobody's playing the same rhythm. The güiro is playing his part, the ace one is playing his part, the conga is playing his part, you know. But all of that is like an engine that moves and of course move your body when you hear it. How not to dance with Cuban music. Yeah. Like you're dead. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I go out on a limb here. I'm kind of way too uninformed, but the political situation in Cuba has been struggling with colonization, right?
At the very beginning,
Spain, right?
1914, no, yeah, 1914.
And you had a revolution,
No.
and you have the struggle with the USA and communism and so on for a very long time. It's kind of a struggled country.
I think it's a country, I'm very sure that it's a country with a huge sense of pride.
Okay.
You know, this is gonna be my way. This is not gonna be anybody else's way, you know what I mean? I think everything is political and everything is not political, you know. Whoever wants to take it and use it in the way it wants. And it's something that is inevitable. That is that I'm Cuban. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And I can do nothing with that. I didn't ask to be born there.
No.
I was just born there.
That's not the point.
You know what I don't know. I think it have a lot to do. I think it have a lot to do with tradition. You know what I mean? With the 1914s, when the slaves started coming from Africa with those drums and, you know, and the whole musical foundation of Cuba was being born. Certainly, it's more good musicians there than ever right now. And it's better good musicians than what is considered a good musician in New York City, I can tell you, because I lived there for 20 years until yesterday. It's a lot better young kids playing their butts off than in New York, big time. Yeah. the same way, no.
Exactly.
No.
This
And
is-
especially, actually, even, no, never. You can never do it the same way. But when you play solo, you cannot do it the same way. I mean, especially, I have never played with tracks. I think that tracks are very boring. I mean, a lot of people play great things over tracks. Today I saw Aaron Spears, and it was amazing, you know, playing with tracks. But I don't know, it had always gave me the feeling that I'm going to play the same thing over and over, and that's it. And I'm going to play the same 8 bars, and then just the idea bores me. I like to go there and sit down and play the drums and go where the inspiration takes me, where the flight goes. You know, it's not a flight from Havana to Cologne. It's who knows to where.
Because when I do these things here, it's always the cold water. I don't know where I do it. Now I had to improvise a new set. I don't know when I do it. Suddenly it's way later than we were
But for us it's
thinking
the
of.
same. For us it's the same. We never had the chance to have our own drum set, or it's never the same theater, never the same sound engineer, never the same. It's always a learning experience in every sense, yeah.
How do you prepare yourself for an artist when you play with an artist?
I think the very first thing is to learn the music the best you can. That is the first respect you should have for yourself and for somebody, more than anything, for somebody that is trusting you to go together on a musical trip, you know. So you got to learn the music very well. And
You got to learn the artist as well, or how he ticks, the artist is you play for.
Well, you learn the artist later, probably. You know, after you know the music, and then you go to rehearsals, and then the chemistry start happen, and then you know sparks come out or not. I don't. You know, the idea is that sparks come out always, and 100. That's what they call you. So you have to make it happen. Yeah. And then that's it. It's a human. I mean, I think the most difficult thing is the human relations. You know what I mean? The human relations are the most hard things in the planet, and they are a part of the ordeal. So same thing. We have to deal with it. Some people we like. Some people like us, some people don't like us, some people... You cannot like everybody, and not everybody has to like you. Who knows? I don't know. You know, but... yeah, but certainly you have to be in peace with yourself. And you have to be happy with yourself. If it's something that is going wrong, it's going wrong. You gotta cut it. I mean, actually, I don't advise anybody to deal with it. Just cut it, because it's the way it is. I mean, we are mostly adults, you know, so you want to deal with people that behave like adults too, and that are there for the music and for the good vibe. It's not fun that we are far away from home, you know, away from your wife, from your kids, from your home food, from your bed, from your how you flip-flops, you know.
From your stogie.
Except from your stogie, your Cuban cigar and your nice rum, you know. That's enough to then have to go on the road with somebody that you're not going to have a good time, or it's not going to be fine. Sometimes it's not even that you become friends, but everybody's very nice. I mean, the music industry usually, or at least... no, the whole music industry, but certainly what I know, sidemans, they are a bunch of the nicest people in the world, the best ones. And the best ones are the nicest guys in the world. And they are truly the best ones. It's not because they are nice, no, they are mean. They are very mean when they sit behind the drums because they play what it makes the artist feel in heaven and what it makes the music feels in heaven too. You know, always, 100%. Yeah.
In becoming a great musician, there are different aspects you have to develop. So it's techniques, it's vocabulary, it's composition, it's the ear to listen to others and yourself, and it's the vision to react to others. But there's one word that seems to be above all, which is musicality.
Right.
So what is musicality for you? Where does it hide and how can you nurture it, musicality?
Musicality probably starts, for example, with the drum set, with somebody that can balance the instrument right, even if it doesn't know how to play. You know, but the balance of the instrument, you hear it that is right. And probably musicality starts right there. Then probably continue. We're talking even about people that doesn't know how to play an instrument or don't have a craft as an instrument player, drum player. Then it goes with the understanding of the volume in between the drums and the bass, and understand about the volume in between the drums, the bass, and the piano, and the E, and 3 congas, and 4 bongos, and all of that sounds like one entity. Somebody that is not technically, you know what I mean? So probably musicality starts right there. It's about that, you know, and that, I don't know what to tell you. I think it's certainly a percentage of that is magical, that is mythical, that is not, you cannot study, you cannot, something that came to you since you were a little kid, since you know that you heard the music, you were really interested for the music, so you were listening, and it's no better school than listening to music, than really listening to music, concentrated and listening to what every instrument is doing, how they are interacting each other, you know.
The most eye-opening moments for you in the music business?
Wow. I mean, imagine a kid from the DDR that ended playing with Aerosmith. That's kind of what happened to me. Was a little kid from Cuba that ended in a stadium with Carlos Santana, with Zucker, or with Stevie Winwood, with Jack Bruce, with Tito Puente. Like, holy shit, this is a dream. You know, so it's not a moment, it's a million moments. It's thousands, still moments. Today is a moment. Right now, here talking to you, Phil, it's a moment. Yeah. It's life that, you know, I just want a little bit of time to be with my drums.
you can look at the drum set as separate voices, and then you can see it as one instrument,
Right.
where every voice has its place, but has to correlate to the other voices.
Right.
And maybe you even have a hierarchy, and that may change depending on the recommendations. In pop rock music, it's definitely kick and snare. That's the hierarchy.
That's one line. You
But
know what I mean?
but in your music, as you were saying, it's so many different voices combined into one person.
Right.
So how is your hierarchy there? Can you even tell? Is there such a thing?
What do you
for
mean?
you? A hierarchy in the drum set, how you see it?
It's the whole instrument. Everything is important, and everything is a voice. Everything is a voice, and it's rhythms where this sound is a little bit softer than this one, for example, and it's other rhythms where they are the same level. It's other rhythms where this one is the soft one, and this is a big. You know, it's as I said. It's probably product of growing up and being born and growing up listening to percussion sections, you know, where you know that is the whole tribe walking, and then maybe sometimes this goes high and says something, and then keeps walking, and then this goes high and says something, and then this. I mean, it's not even. It's a constant improvisation, constantly improvising, but this one, this note is a product of the one that was played before, and the next note is a product of this one, and you know, so it's like a chain that you go. It's a way. It's just a countryside way that you go, and you don't even know where it's gonna take you. You know, just fly. A moment of improvisation. Here we are with Phil and Drum Talk in Dresden, Germany, right after my clinic performance at the Drum and Bass Festival 2018. This is about drums, drummers, drum hang, drum talk, drum talk. You know, so stick around. We'll be with more for you.